Okay, let's be real for a second. There's this huge question that's probably on your mind. With AI getting smarter all the time, what's going to happen to my job? And you know what? That's a totally fair question. But this whole man versus machine story we keep hearing, it might be the completely wrong way to look at it. Today, we're going to dig into a different and honestly, a much more powerful way to think about how you can not just get by, but actually thrive in this new age of AI. So let's just dive right in. The real challenge here isn't about who wins a competition. It's all about collaboration. The big question we really need to answer, and the one we're going to unpack in this explainer, is this. How can we, as people, and these incredibly smart systems actually thrive together? It's a total shift in how we think about the future of work. And to get our heads around that, we're going to break this down into 4 parts. First, we'll reframe that whole human AI question. Then, we'll look at how the workplace itself is getting a major redesign. After that, we'll get into the new power skills you absolutely need. And finally, we'll focus on what makes you, your human advantage. All right, first things first. Let's just drop this whole idea of a battle. Seriously, the real conversation, the one that's actually going to get us somewhere, is about partnership. It's not a question of who's better, but a question of how we can be better, well, together. Think of this partnership like this. AI is an absolute powerhouse at the heavy lifting. We're talking unbelievable speed, massive scale, and finding patterns in data that a human could never spot. But us? We bring the stuff that really matters. We're the source of all creativity, empathy, and, this is the big one, judgment and meaning. See, an AI can tell you what the numbers say, but only a human can tell you why it matters and what to do about it. They're not competing skills, they're complementary. And because AI is taking over all those repetitive, logical tasks, something fascinating is happening. The very idea of the workplace is shifting under our feet. We're moving away from a world that was just obsessed with cranking out more stuff and into a world that's all about purpose. And I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way was all about pure efficiency, being busy for the sake of being busy and constantly being watched. The new, human-centered way, it understands that when people feel good, they perform better. It values meaningful work over just filling hours. And it's all built on a foundation of trust. This isn't just a small tweak, it's a massive cultural shift. So what do we even mean by a human-centered workplace? It's actually pretty simple. It's a place where we design everything, the technology, the company policies, how we work, around what people actually need to do their best. The point isn't to make the machine run better. It's to help the person work better, feel better, and create something that really matters. I absolutely love this concept. Think about it. What are the best tools you use? They're the ones you don't even think about, right? They just work, humming along in the background, helping you out. That's the goal for AI. It's not supposed to be a manager looking over your shoulder. It's supposed to be an invisible partner that just helps you do what you do best. This brings us to a super important point, your skills. Because if technology is handling more and more of the technical stuff, then a whole different set of skills, the truly human ones, suddenly become your most valuable assets. These are what really set you apart. So if AI has logic and data totally locked down, what's our ace in the hole? What's the one thing we've got that they don't? Well, it turns out there's one core human ability that's basically a superpower in this new world. And that superpower is emotional intelligence. You know what I'm talking about. It's the ability to read a room, to manage your own reactions, to figure out what really motivates your team, and to build that genuine, rock-solid trust. It's the human glue that makes all the collaboration and innovation actually happen. And here's where it gets really practical. Sure, an AI can analyze performance data all day long, but can it walk into a meeting and feel that unspoken tension after a rough quarter? Nope. An AI can model 1,000 different scenarios for a big change, but it can't stand in front of an anxious team and make them feel confident about the future. That's the irreplaceable value of a human leader. Now, emotional intelligence is huge, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. We're also talking about critical thinking, creativity, ethical judgment, communication, all the good stuff. And this isn't just a nice to have. Major studies are showing that demand for these exact skills is just exploding. And what's the foundation for all of it? A willingness to keep learning and adapting. That's not a bonus anymore, it's the price of admission. Okay, so let's pull all this together. We know the world is changing, and we know which skills really matter. The question now is, what do you do about it? How do you actually use your human advantage to win? It really boils down to these 3 steps. 1. Get curious. Really learn what AI is good at and, just as importantly, what it's bad at. 2. Get serious about developing those human skills we've been talking about. And 3, and this one is key, stop thinking of your job as just a list of tasks. Start seeing your role as a chance to create unique value. Ask yourself, what problems can I solve that a machine can't? And you can already see this change in how we measure success. It's no longer about how fast you can do something or how many tickets you can close. The new metrics are all about the quality of your decisions, the actual impact of your work, how well you work with others. We're moving from a world of quantity to a world of quality. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The way forward isn't to try to be faster than a machine or more efficient like a robot. That's a game you can't win. The winning strategy is to double down on being human. Your empathy, your creativity, your judgment, that is your true competitive advantage. So the future isn't dominated by machines, it's a partnership, one that is led by human ideas and amplified by artificial intelligence. So really, there's only one question left to ask, and it's a personal one. In this new future, how will you lead?